All right, everybody. Did I stop it? No, I didn't. Oh gosh, I have Instagram going at the same time. One moment, please. Okay, I think we're good. Struggle streaming already. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. Hey, Amy, good to see you. Um,
I like that.
you like that one? Okay, maybe we'll change it up. It's a new year, it's a new season. I like that one too. We'll close out on that one. That one is something new. All right, everybody, come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. For anybody new here, welcome to the Struggle Stream. I am Maggie. You may know me for my cooking channel. Lucy and I have founded the Finishing School for the Modern Woman, and we are so excited and a little bit bittersweet to share the last event, photos, and dining recap from our whirlwind graduation weekend. We teach ladies of all ages how to be the best version of themselves with femininity, elegance, and etiquette. And they all descended on Atlanta and we took them out. And tonight we are going to review our first event, which is the Friday night happy hour, the first annual MaggieLu Meetup. All were welcome and we can't wait to get started. But before then, Lucy, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Lucy, and along with Maggie, we have been enjoying this time together, recapping the event in Atlanta. It was such an amazing time that we had. A 3-night event that I think that when we do it yearly, it's just going to become something major. I have a channel. Basically, my channel I used to teach Spanish, but this year I moved it. The content is mainly about femininity, elegance, and topics that are most related with women over a certain age. So yeah, that's my channel. And along with Maggie, I think that Maggie has told the story about how we all got together. They say, I've heard this quote, it's about, either the universe or God sends you specific people at a special time. And the timing of how we met and became the school was just perfect. It was meant to happen.
I could not agree more. So I see you all coming in. Thank you all so much for being here. Sit back, relax, take a trip down memory lane with us because, like Lucy said, we will do this again next April. And stay tuned if you want to join the finishing school. The finishing school is open to ladies of all ages. I'll say 16 to 60 plus. We teach them about elegance, etiquette, and femininity. The class is taught virtually over Zoom, but it was really important to me when Lucy and I put the curriculum together that we had not only a graduation ceremony, but an in-person experience that would really solidify the deal. So we had a 3-day weekend. Friday was happy hour. That was a travel day for a lot of the ladies. Come as you are. The dress code was casual. We went to a Latin restaurant here in Atlanta called Eclipse and we ordered tapas, which are like small plate shareable appetizers. So you all are going to see all of that. Saturday was our formal graduation where they got their trophies. You all have already seen that review, or you can catch the replay. And Sunday was my personal favorite, which was our tea party, our afternoon tea. You all have seen that as well. All right, so I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get right into it. So Eclipse de Luna is here in Atlanta. They have 3 locations. We were at the Buckhead location. I reserved a private room because this was the first time that we were meeting the ladies in person. We teach the finishing school twice a year. We have a fall session and we have a winter session and then a spring graduation, and summer is for the kids. But I was really excited to meet the ladies, and we wanted to have a space where we could eat, drink, be merry, and just kind of get the weekend started. Would you add anything, Lucy?
Yes, and it was just amazing to see how just it was like we were a group of friends coming together once again. It wasn't anything that was weird, especially as an introvert, because we're like very careful about how we do socials. It just became something like sisters coming together, meeting for a big gathering. And of course, it was a meetup as well. And E. Capone and S. Eds were there to meet us as well. It was just perfect.
Yes, and S-Eds, I have my candle. I've been meaning to get it out so I can say thank you so much. So I'm going to share my screen, and just like we do the dining documentary, I'm just going to walk you all through the evening, and Lucy and I will give you our commentary, and you all can see what the first annual MaggieLu Meetup was all about, and join us next year. Okay, so we had the room
Okay,
from
wait,
four.
wait, wait,
Yes.
wait. Thank you, Ikapon, for your generous super chat. It's yeah. Hola, Maggie and Lucy. Much love. Hola, Ikapon. It was lovely to meet you at the meetup over there. And he's from California, so he flew in from California to the other side along with me, and I think Maltabella as well.
That is absolutely right. Thank you so much, Capone. I'm going to put you in the banner. That is very generous. We appreciate it. Honestly, you all, when Lucy and I put this curriculum together last year, we didn't know if anyone would sign up for the finishing school. We're older women who like to teach the young and give back. But I was thrilled that the ladies decided to learn with us virtually, and beyond delighted that they came from all four corners, north, south, east, west, and descended on Atlanta. So let us begin. Okay, so we have this is the room that we reserved in the back. And we did a little pop-up when Lucy was here in Atlanta about kind of the alpha and deltas. So you can see they had the U-shaped table set up for us. It looks like it was like a wine cellar in the back, but you all can see here it was very private. They had the curtains here, so we had the room to ourselves. So it was nice, again, very casual. But I think next time we're thinking about having it out on the floor so we can have a little more fun. What would you say? What was your first impression when you walked in, Lucy?
I agree. I love the setup. I think it reminded me more of Maggiano. It has more of a masculine type environment because it's darker. It's got the browns. It's got the harder type furniture. I think that the outside is probably going to be better if we're allowed to maybe be with the music. Because again, that room didn't allow any external sound or distraction, which was good because we were able to have conversations and share the food and all that. But if you're going to a Latin club, you also want to have the music playing alongside the eating and the sharing and so forth.
Absolutely. So next year, like Lucy said, I'm going to look and see if we can have an area. They have in-room dining. I mean, they have the in-house dining. They have like a covered patio, and then they have the private room. So this was our first, definitely not our last. And you all can see from the decor, to me, it looks very Spanish. We got the artwork. We've got the bull here. Shout out. You can see it looks very beautiful and warm, but I agree. It was some natural light would have been great. So maybe we'll do that next year. All right. So again, these photos are from Caitlin Hill, my family photographer. Caitlin also did the tea party photo shoot. I'm big on professional photography because I love reliving the moment. And so thank you, Caitlin, for hurrying to get this done for us. Usually Lucy and I stream on Wednesday nights, but I have another scheduling conflict tomorrow. I've been asked to join a podcast here in Atlanta, so I'm not available tomorrow night. And Lucy and Caitlin twisted themselves in a pretzel to make this happen. So thank you, thank you, thank you, both ladies and Caitlin, for your excellent photos. So you can kind of see the decor. You can see she's capturing this. So now we're coming in. We're starting to meet and greet each other. We've got Chipo, we've got Alexis and her wonderful husband, and Sherry. And just like Lucy said, this was the first time that the ladies and us were able to meet in person because we've been studying together for the better part of a year. So it was wonderful to come casual and just, get ready to begin the weekend. What would you add, Lucy?
Yeah, and I love how Caitlin, as we were walking in, you didn't even know she was there taking the pics. And now that we're seeing them, that I saw them, and it's like, oh my goodness, she caught those special times that you have no idea that is happening. And that's why it's so important to have composure and that elegance and that femininity, because if you if you think about sometimes where your picture has been taken, some women, you see them looking at each other the wrong way, or just acting in a way that if it was plastered all over, Central Park, would you like to have that face, that either mean face or that resting mean face, when they're taking a picture of you, not knowing that you're being photographed?
Yes, and I want to park here for just a minute because we also do, I do coaching and consults outside of YouTube. And one of our students told me she was a little intimidated with the professional equipment. You all can tell the difference between the janky pictures I take and real professional photography. So we worked on ways that she can show up more confident. And I definitely want to include this in future sessions because Lucy is right. Caitlin has an amazing eye for catching those moments that just kind of tell the story. As you all see the pictures, you have some beautiful pictures of everybody just kind of smiling. Well, y'all know, when am I never not smiling? But anyway, we're greeting each other. Everybody's happy and warm. It wasn't so posy. There's a time for those type of pictures, but hopefully you all can see that we were genuinely just happy to be together. And that's what I'm big on, is creating these atmospheres where we can all just relax and enjoy. So everybody's greeting. Of course, Maggie's on 10, squealing. There's Sherry. There's Lucy. So we're coming in. Since this was a travel day for most people, they just kind of flowed in. You see beautiful Serena here and everybody kind of just greeting each other. There was no seating chart, so it was just kind of get in and get comfortable. So we had some thoughts to kind of do. I love doing like icebreakers or introductions because let's face it, when you have a group of people that are meeting for the first time, and we've talked about this, we teach the ladies in class, there are things that the host is responsible for, and there are things that the guests are responsible for. So thankful that Lucy went through the menu and had already chosen the food. So the food service was basically, we had unlimited beer, wine, soft drinks, or whatever you wanted. And then they would just bring out the platters of the tapas. So there was no menu, nothing to choose. Nothing to have to choose from. So I like to do these kind of icebreakers where you just kind of introduce yourself. I think we did a round of, where did everybody travel from? Where's your favorite vacation place? Just to kind of get people comfortable with each other. And so that's kind of what you're seeing here as we're sitting around and talking. What would you add, Lucy?
In those icebreakers in group settings, it allows you to find commonalities. Oh, you come from this place. Oh, you've gone to that place. You'd love to visit. Are you a beach person? Are you a skiing person? So again, it starts warming up the crowd.
Yes. And so for people like me, y'all know, never met a stranger, right? Shocker. But, some of us are fine to stand up and go up to people and greet them, but not everybody is. So that's here's a little tip. If you're a host, you want to know who, obviously you'll know who you've invited, but if you have introverts or people that are a little shy, just kind of having those table topics or having those icebreakers where it's kind of like, oh, okay, we're all participating. Nobody feels like they're on the spot. One person, hey Sinji, one person that I definitely want to shout out. We've done the collab with Caitlin, my photographer. You all know Ria from Paper Doll Factory. This is my stylist. So when you all see me looking great, which is not most days, Ria puts it together for me. So you can see she is accessorized to the nines. I mean, she's got her trench coat. That's probably cashmere, custom jewelry, and just looking amazing. So Ria, whether you're watching live or the replay, Ria came to support, and her friend Kim. So I was very excited. I know, Lucy, you had a lot to say about how exquisitely dressed Ria was last time. What would you add?
Oh my goodness, you can tell that she knows her stuff. And it's funny because it was casual, but she still had that elegance in her just by placing the perfect accessory or the perfect top or the colors. Everything, it was from top to bottom, not one wrinkle on her sweater or jacket or anything. And even the purse that she was carrying was just perfect, matched perfect to the attire that she was wearing. Incredible.
Incredible.
Absolutely. So again, I've had to hire professional help. I definitely want to encourage you all. And if you remember her collab with us, she said that's another great tip for introverts. Having that pop of color. Yes, Capone, she was cool. Having that statement piece, anything that kind of is a conversation starter naturally, that's a great way to kind of, have people talking. So we're greeting each other, we're smiling. Now it's time for the food. My favorite part, y'all already know, Team Greedy. Okay, so we'll go into the details, but what I wanted to do, just a little bit of context, I wanted to give the ladies an experience where they could put into use the things that we taught virtually. So I wanted them to have a fine dining experience. We did that at the graduation. I wanted them to have the tea party experience, very, very feminine and girly. We did that at Neiman Marcus. But for the happy hour, I wanted them to have the casual social networking, striking up communication, small talk, sharing food, just kind of coming out of your shell a little bit and still maintaining elegance, but being relaxed. So the service was platters. We all had, you saw on the table, our individual plates with your napkin and your silverware. But the first platter that came out was the calamari, and they had their own house salsa that they make, which is more like a pico de gallo. It was amazing. What did you think about the calamari, Lucy?
It was perfect. And the thing about it was that while you were talking to the next person or passing the food, you didn't even realize that, that time was running out. And, as we were tasting each one of those platters, we were just enjoying the time. And again, these events are not only about the food, it's about the people around you. And when you don't feel like time is passing by, you know that you're having a good time because you're going, oh my God, already 3 hours, and where did the time go? And this is exactly what happened in this event.
Absolutely. And Lucy touched on this, and our students know whenever you dine with others, it's never about the food. And that's coming from the foodie. It's about the conversation, the connection, the exchange of information, ideas. You're really working on relationship building. I'm huge on soft skills. And unfortunately, in today's culture, it's becoming a lost art. So, yes, Lucy was right. And so, just in case anyone knows, if you wants to know, if you reserve a private room, you have a 2.5 hour block, and it's unlimited food and drink during that 2.5 hours. So they'll just keep bringing it out and replenishing it. And we were having such a good time. And yes, this was open to everyone. So we had 5 items. So this was the first platter of calamari. So we were able to give that a go. It was excellent. This was a salad. It looks like a spinach salad, but we have candied pecans here. I think this is manchego cheese, and then the green apple, sliced green apple, and it was dressed with a beautiful dressing. So you had a little bit of sweet from the apple, a little tart as well, the crunch from the pecans, and then the savory from the cheese. It was excellent. What would you add, Lucy?
And it's interesting because this is sort of like the tea time where you think that the tapas and the small platters, they wouldn't fill you, but as they're bringing it in and you're passing the different type of tapas around, your plate starts getting filled up and your tummy too. And the food was just absolutely fabulous. That salad was delicious. I think I had 2 rounds of that salad. It was so good.
Yes, you could absolutely make a meal of everything. So highly recommended it. And again, we will be back next year. So you all can see we are I'm, obviously up in front, just kind of welcoming everybody. The food is getting passed around. We had the beautiful S.Eds come in, and I have to go get my candle, but the MaggieLu meetup was open to all of you all, and S.Eds and Ria and Capone and others, Kay and so many others came out. I'm so, so grateful. So Lucy, what would you add? And I'll be right back.
Oh, that candle. And it's so timely, and the detail on that candle that says congrats. And it was, I think it's champagne wishes. As I think I mentioned it on the on our last live stream. I had it with me. I've already put it aside for next time because I still have these two candles that I need to, you know, there, that one. It was just perfect. The thought, that delicacy that she had, that thoughtful thing that she brought gifts to us. And you know, she didn't have to, she just did it because she's a beautiful person.
Absolutely. And let me just say, we love this community. And it's so that, sometimes when I meet people, it's funny. People are like, oh, you really are real. I get the sentiment, but it's like we really are real people. And, having that connection is so important. And I'm so grateful. So thank you, S. Eds, for my candle. She brought us gifts. So I'm going to give you all a little teachable moment. The students know this. When you are invited to a dinner party, especially if you go to someone's home, you never want to show up empty-handed when you're going to a dinner party at someone's home. Bring something small. A candle is a perfect gift, or something shareable like a box of chocolates or whatever. If it's at a like a restaurant, you're not expected to, but I'm just really grateful. So S. Eds, I wanted to say thank you so much for thinking of us, coming out to support and bringing us our gifts. She was beautiful, and thank you so much. We had a lovely time. So inbox me. I'll make sure you get your picture as well. This is my gift to all of you all. Bella also came in from California. We got Bella in the chat. So she came out. She's greeting everybody. I love the smiles, the genuine smiles. This was probably my favorite part when I go back and I look at the pictures. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We live in a very fast-paced, demanding world, but when we can take time to just really be with one another and enjoy, that's probably the best gift for me. So I'll never get tired of this space where everyone was welcome and we just had a great time. What would you add, Lucy?
And I remember you saying, Maggie, about the pictures. I just want to see the pics of the events, but I didn't really put together the importance of these specific times where you're seeing, oh my goodness, we were indeed having a good time. And Caitlin caught the perfect timing for when we were meeting, when we were just passing the food around, and we were just having like a good old, time.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes people are like, oh, it's no big deal. I know for me, trying to plan the event, be in the moment, coordinate with people, take pictures, be present. It's really a lot. So for me, I love splurging on photography, and this is my gift to the ladies and everyone. And we're going to do this again. And over time, as the finishing school grows from year 2, 3, 5, and we'll be able to look back and see how far we've come. But yeah, it was wonderful, and I'm just reliving it with you all again. All right, so we've had our calamari. Number 1, we had our manchego and spinach salad with green apple. Our third course was picoreños. So these are little red sweet peppers. Inside the sweet peppers, it's stuffed with goat's cheese, which is kind of like a cream cheese. And then they're battered and fried and then served over salsa. When I tell you, this was the flavor bomb. This was probably the most surprising item on the menu because you would know what to expect with calamari. You know what to expect with like a spinach salad. But those, am I saying it right, Lucy? Pequeñoreños?
I don't even remember because I didn't even have it. It was all gone by the time everybody was saying they were good. And I'm like, I didn't even have it. So I got to look up. I think it was something relleno because it's filled with something. So I don't remember. I have to look it up.
So yes, the stuffed peppers, pequeñoreños. And look, you all know, well, if you know me from my cooking channel, we are team greedy. So we will definitely get these again next year because you all know I cut up when the key lime pie disappeared. But we had a wonderful server. We had a server dedicated to us in the room, so they would just continue to replenish. So this is another teachable moment. You know, when you go to an event and you're not sure if it's an open bar or if it's a cash bar, or, you know, do we have a set amount or will they bring extra? It's okay to ask. And that's what I tell the ladies in this space. This is the time when you ask. If it's very formal, it'll be listed on the invitation or you follow the lead of the host. But absolutely, Lucy, we got to get you some of those next time. They were delightful. All right, so we have our pequeñoreños, if I'm saying it correctly. There's beautiful Drea coming in with her sister. You all know Drea. She looked lovely in red. Since this was a travel day for a lot of people, some people literally just landed and they were coming in. So we're eating, we're reminiscing, we're eating, drinking, and being merry. You can see here, there's our lovely Linda coming in. She had just arrived, so we got to see her. Everybody's greeting and having a good time. I love this picture. Look at Lucy. We're just so happy to be happy. What would you add, Lucy?
It was just beautiful to see people just talking about. I think that we were talking about, was that the one where we asked what were their first impressions of you and me? I think that that was one of the icebreakers that we were having. And then I added the name of the piquillo rellenos con queso de cabra. So it's the pepper filled with goat's cheese.
Absolutely. We got Brandon Eljet in the house, one of our sponsors, been with us since the foundation of the finishing school. We ran the curriculum by him. He has sponsored students in the finishing school, bought books for the ladies. We're so grateful to have you here and celebrate a full circle moment. But yes, Lucy is right. So in addition to the icebreaker, so I tried to kind of keep the pace of the night. Whenever there's a dull, you know, like a lull in the conversation, leave it to Maggie. I'll start something. So we did, where did everybody travel from? We went and did a round of that. Where's your favorite vacation destination? We did a round of that. Then I wanted to go a little bit deeper and ask everybody, okay, so we're meeting for the first time. What was your first memory of me, Maggie, or your first experience or impression? We did a round of that. That was really interesting. And then also we did the same thing for Lucy. So it was really touching to hear and be reminded of how we show up to other people. Because sometimes we don't know what we said or what we did that really touched them and made them want to enroll or made them want to join us. But just look at the faces. I can't get enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm so excited. So excited. Do you remember anything that stood out with the icebreakers, Lucy?
What's that? I'm sorry. I was paying attention to my dog. She started acting up, shocking.
It's okay. I was just asking if you remembered anything that stood out from the icebreakers.
Just, yeah, it's amazing to hear how other people see you, because unless you're told, you don't know. You have a a perception of yourself that, you know, you've seen your face and the way you act, you know, around your family. But when somebody else tells you things that how they see you is just fascinating. It's, again, human behavior at its best, and I loved every minute of it.
Yes, we are here to build a community. And that's, you know, one of the things that was so important to me when we create the finishing school. We've all taken online classes, and that's great. You get a digital certificate at the end, and they can be really helpful. I love that. But I really wanted to have an experience that so many of the ladies have said how it was life changing for them. It was life changing for me. Like, people came from California, from Pittsburgh, from Mississippi, from Virginia, just all over. And I'm just so incredibly grateful. I don't take it for granted that, you know, they wanted to be here for the first annual MaggieLu meetup. Lisa likes the question. Yeah, you all should try that at your next holiday party. What was your first memory of me? And wait and see what they say. Thank you all for liking the live stream. And Bella says, yes, it was life changing. We had to be there. Absolutely. So I love the faces and the smiles. We're just bonding. They're bringing out their food. They're replenishing the food. Everybody's having a great time. We're just talking, sharing memories. It was just a beautiful, beautiful moment. Who knows what was happening here? Somebody probably said something sentimental. And you all know Maggie the Care Bear was probably breaking down again. Do you remember what was happening here, Lucy?
I don't even remember. It was all just moving so quickly. I don't remember. I gotta think about it. If I remember, I'll mention it. It was probably something about you. And see, there it is. So, but I don't remember specifically what it was.
And you know what? I love this. And we're here just sharing with you all. And I know, especially on social media, people are very particular about how they show up. And this is my good side, and this is my good body parts or not body parts. We're all human and we all have flaws. And I love that, at least in the space that we create, it's a place to learn and get better and be your authentic self. Whether, you broke a shoe on the way there, or you got lost, or went to the wrong location. This was just the time to, yes, be elegant, but really enjoy. I love this picture of Capone. You all see Capone came from California. Even the men had a good time. So thank you, Capone, for coming all the way out to celebrate. Anything you want to add about the men, Lucy?
It was just beautiful to see the men just being there, just for supporting us. I think that most of the rest of the men were there with their plus one or with their significant others. But E. Capone, he took it upon himself to come in and support us from California. That is huge. And he was just sitting there enjoying the time and just watching the interactions. And I think that with his quiet personality, he just, in a way, lit up the room as well. Look at that smile. He was enjoying every minute of it.
No, and it's important to me, you all, you can have good, clean, wholesome fun, and you can have a good time, and you can eat good food, and we can eat, drink, be merry, laugh. We know we're all going back to our responsibilities and our lives and everything, but this was just a moment. Yes, you all got to see Capone, and he was a man of few words, but he definitely enjoyed himself. Then Miley arrived. You all know Miley. She literally touched down and came with her luggage. Her flight was delayed. I was doing airport runs. I was supposed to pick her up in the morning. Her flight got delayed, but life happens, and this was a great experience. She said, don't worry about me, I'll Uber there. And Miley came in, and we were all just having a wonderful time. So it was lovely to see her. And then beautiful Jocelyn. It's so funny, we all have the same expression, like, because we were just, you see people on camera, so you see like the 2D version of them, but when we got to see everybody in person, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, it's really you. Like, I wanted to pinch them. What would you add, Lucy?
And it's just, you can tell that we were having a good time. Even walking in, the fact that we saw each other and it's like, okay, we're girls. That's what we girls, we women do. We get happy by seeing just happy people, happy women together. It was just a lovely first night for that a long weekend for me.
I couldn't agree more. And I'll never get tired of looking at these pictures. And so, again, for everyone who came out to support us, whether you sat there and just let us buzz around like we did, or, you came to add bells to the music, I'm just so incredibly Grateful. We got the compliment king in the house, everybody coming through. Thank you all so much for being here. All right, so Miley sat down and, dig on in. This was family style, so we're just passing the plates around and enjoying our food. So you all can see we're just having good conversation. And I love the way that Caitlin just kind of captured, you almost feel like you were there. It was, she never interrupted us and say, everybody look over here. She didn't catch any of those pictures where you're like, getting ready to put food in your mouth. As Ed says, yeah, the smiles were beautiful. We had an amazing time. I'm so grateful. So Jocelyn is talking. I'm over here like Mother Bird, just taking it in with Capone. So just some pictures of the outing and everybody having an amazing time. What would you add before we move on, Lucy?
Oh, I started salivating right now with the plantains. No, it was just, if you think about the entire event from the night that we got there to the graduation night and the tea time, it was all just wholesome. It was good. There wasn't anything that you could feel that it was just, as women, no bad vibes. It was all just good, wanting for all of us to succeed together. And that was the goal.
I couldn't agree more. You all know you've been in those arenas where the tension is in the air and it's just thick and you're like forcing the smile on. I think we were forcing to not smile. We were having such a good time. So they're bringing the food around. We've had the calamari. We've had our fill of that. We had our green apple salad. We've had our fill of that. We had our pequeño reños with goat's cheese. We've had our fill of that. Now we're having the fried plantains. If you are African, Caribbean, Latino, Latina, you understand what fried plantains are. They're sweet, or plantains, whatever you call them. A very simple dish, a staple in a lot of cultures around the world. And so they were just bringing these out. And the way they were doing it, I'll go back before the ribs. The way they were doing it is you all saw that we were in like a U-shaped table, and they would bring like four sharing sizes and just kind of place them there. So maybe on one side of the table, they ran out of something we could share amongst ourselves, and then they would replenish. So the plantains were excellent. Absolutely. Who are you crushing on, Compliment King? Thank you all so much. And yes, they are delicious. But do not despair. Our meatitarians, we know who you are. You're not just going to have salad. You're not just going to have plantains. For you, we had ribs. We got ribs. Shout out to Killis, wherever she is. We had, I guess, some type of Spanish rib. I really don't know, but it was excellent. We had a carnivore amongst us, and sometimes people just want that extra protein. Were you able to try any of these, Lucy?
I don't think I got any of the ribs. Yeah, no, the ribs or the piquillos. I don't think those two were the items that I missed out on, unfortunately. I'm sure that they were good.
They were very good. I'll have to look in the menu, but it did have a little bit of sweetness to it, kind of like a barbecue style rib, but it wasn't like overly hickory sweet spicy. But you can see here there's something for everyone. I wanted to have a fish dish, a vegetarian dish, a meat dish. Yeah, this is why Lucy didn't get any more. Do you know what you were cracking up about here? You're having a good old time.
I have no idea.
Okay, so absolutely, the food is going around. We're having a great time. Everybody's enjoying themselves. Ria's even chiming in, my amazing, colorful stylist, looking just picture perfect from head to toe, just beautiful. That's why I hire her, because I need help. So we're talking, we're in there. You all can see, we filled up the space as people were coming in. So next year we may do like a patio area where we have, it was cozy, but I think it was still comfortable. So who knows what we're talking about here, but we're encouraging each other. I think one of the table topics was, what has been your biggest like takeaway or like learning from the finishing school, or if you're doing coaching or anything, I wanted to hear what has impacted the students the most. And that was a beautiful round that we did. I don't know if you remember that one, Lucy.
I do remember, and as you're talking, I'm thinking that night was a tough night for me because I only slept, I think I only got 30 minutes of sleep. And then when I realized that we were supposed to be going, I had to wake up, and dress up. And I think that you can tell I was a little tired there. So I can remember a lot of the discussion, but I cannot tell you specifics on what it was that we were talking about. It's a blur to me.
It was a blur. It was a great blur. And yeah, so this was the first night. It was a 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We started at 4:30. We had the room from 4:30 to 7. And Lucy had taken the red eye the night before. So she literally flew overnight, like 10, 11 p.m. California time. And I picked her up Friday morning at the Atlanta airport, maybe like 8-ish. And so literally I took them to the Airbnb just to put down their luggage, refresh a little bit, and then it was time for the happy hour. So I don't know if I could do it over again. Like I wish we make it longer, but people have responsibilities and work. But it was a great way, I think, to kick off the weekend, and then yeah, a little jet lag, and then hopefully everyone was able to sleep well the first night. So I'm just taking it all in. I'm looking at everybody just laughing. Clearly, we're having a good time. Who knows what we're saying, but it was absolutely wonderful. Even the men, they let us have our moment, Alexis and her husband, but it was incredible. Now, Lucy, I'm going to let you explain what this is.
What was that? Was that the cheesecake or the key lime pie? That was the key lime pie. So, oh my goodness, that was delicious. It was like mini key lime pies, and that burst of just flavor and taste in your mouth, it was like an explosion in your mouth. It was just absolutely fabulous, amazing, delicious. Muted.
I'm all excited. I'm ready to talk about the food. So we added on to dessert. I was saying we had our 5 courses. So we had our calamari, we had our spinach salad, we had our pequeño reños, we had our ribs, and we had our plantains, and then I think we got a chicken dish for someone who wanted like a carnivore diet. But of course we had to finish the night with something sweet. If you've never had key lime pie with real key lime, and you can tell the difference, when something has like an artificial flavor, and that's fine. But in like Florida, obviously, Key West, Florida, but in that part of the country where they grow those little tart limes, it has a flavor that a little goes a long way. So these were mini cheesecakes. They brought these out to the table. I'm sorry, mini key lime pie with a graham cracker crust and a caramel drizzle and real key lime flavor in there. I was messing around, and next thing I knew, the key lime pie was gone. And I was like, call the law. I must have one. As Ed says, it was a very good key lime pie. And I was surprised because we had this, and let's see if the other dessert is on here, but it was just so good. So, this isn't sponsored, but I would highly recommend. We had tres leches, I think it's at the end. I would highly recommend that if you all are ever in Atlanta, you give Eclipse de Luna a try, and we will be back next year. So you can see here, we wanted to do some group pictures. So we came out of our room. You all can see this is the private room here with the curtains. So we wanted to come outside and take a group picture so you all can see everybody in their finery. It was so wonderful. So we have we have Kim K, we have Rhea, we have Drea's sister, Andrea, and Miley, and Jocelyn, and Chipo, and Serena, and Maggie, and Lucy, and Sherry, and S. Eds and Bella and Linda and Alexis. What would you add, Lucy?
And we didn't realize that time in Atlanta, it was a little cold outside. So as you see us over here, some of us are getting a little cold, but we are enjoying every minute of it. And the one where she had us laugh, I don't know, she said something funny, and then she caught us just having a good old time. This was just, see, I love this picture because again, we are just enjoying the time, and this is what I think Maggie was aiming for, having those kind of casual, unofficial pics showing the feeling, the actual feeling of getting us all together.
Absolutely. So you all can see Caitlin is a master of the candid shots, and this picture will never age, right? We'll look back on this and remember. So we were outside and we wanted to get some pictures together. This was a beautiful day. I picked up Lucy from the airport. So your two founders of the finishing school are here. Then we wanted to take pictures with each of our students, just with their teachers, because this was great. We were so proud of everyone. So there's Alexis, there's beautiful Bella, there is Sherry, there is Linda, there is Drea, there is Cheapo, there is Jocelyn, there is Miley, there's S. Eds who came out to support us, sweet Serena, and of course my stylist Ria. Look at her, just perfect, really. And her plus one, it's your girl Kim K, who's also a content creator. They came out to support. Just really, really happy and just, I mean, what can I say? I'll never be that stylish. There's Bella. I don't know how to pose. And then flicks the hair, but it was all in good fun. What would you add, Lucy?
I loved how Caitlin got everybody together with us and then individually, and then even your stylist. Look at even her friend. Her friend was wearing this jacket that had like paint on it, and it was just so unusually beautiful. It was, they were both dressed to a T. I love that.
Absolutely. So even with the casual dress code, hopefully this inspires you all. There's beautiful Cheapo. We got pictures of the ladies by themselves too. Cheapo and Sherry. We have Drea, Alexis, and Drea's sister. We have Linda and Mr. Jimmy. We have Alexis and Abdul. And then the last picture is the tres leches. Lucy, will you tell us what the cake is?
The tres leches consists of three different type of milks that are it's kind of like a yellow cake, but the three milks are condensed milk, evaporated milk, and I believe it's just regular milk. I can't remember, so that's why it's called tres leches. And that yellow cake, you just pour those three tres leches on top, those three milks, and let it sit. And then once it sit for, the longer it sits, the better, the more it soaks up that milk. And this is what we got.
So that was our second dessert. We're going to come to the chat and see what you all are saying in the last 10 minutes. I'll drop the link in case anyone wants to chat. We wanted to share this experience with you all. I'm smiling, just reliving the moment, and, cannot thank you all enough for the support. And thank you, Lucy, for being my ride or die in this journey. The best is yet to come. And this was so much fun. All right, let's see. What is KS saying?
All the ladies looked very good. Maybe I'm looking for a date.
All right. Yeah, I saw someone else had a crush in the chat. The ladies are, I think, beautiful inside and out, and we're all very diverse, the same in a lot of ways, that we have the same goals for personal development to be the best version of ourselves. And, I know sometimes I'm hard on the students about what is acceptable, what is, proper etiquette versus not, but you can absolutely let your hair down and have a good time and enjoy, eat good food, eat, drink, and be merry. And we taught that to them. The etiquette is really situational. So there's a way to conduct yourself in every environment. And this was just a great way to kick off the weekend. Thank you, Jessica. And I thought everybody did really well, and hopefully it gave you all some insight into you can still be, casual and yet put together and elegant. What would you add, Lucy?
I agree because femininity and elegance is, I think that in a way, some folks think that being feminine and elegant is being stuffy and just being very rigid. In fact, it isn't. When you fall into your femininity, all that finding beauty in things comes naturally. And that's how it shows on your smiles, on just welcoming other people, on just enjoying the situation and the time when you're together with others.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The students know this. The essence of good etiquette is really consideration of others. An elegant woman is humble and she's very mindful about other people. Yes, there's a time to, celebrate and have a great time, but I never want anybody to feel like, oh, I don't belong. Oh, it has to be picture perfect, knife and fork. That's not it at all. I will always share, what I've learned as far as this is what's accepted when you're in different social circles, but I want the ladies to be themselves. And when I see them just here and we're laughing and we're all having such an amazing time, and this was the beginning of the weekend, and I can't wait to do it again with everybody. And we're going to continue to grow. I'm so incredibly grateful for the ladies who came out to support and enroll in the finishing school before they saw the vision. They just believed. And I told them this at the dinner. They knew that we were creating something that was different, that was meaningful. And, their time investment and their own investment in being here for that moment. I'm so glad that they did and that they felt something too. What would you say? And then if you don't mind translating, Lucy.
He says that he loves sweet plantain. Yes. And I think I told him that in my country we call them maduros fritos, which is fried plantains, but in Nicaragua we call them maduros instead of plátanos.
Yes, absolutely. So, in these last few moments, well, there's another one. I'm checking. Go ahead, please, Lucy.
His personality is shy and quiet as well. Uh, so yeah, I think that he's letting us know what his personality is. But I think I think on another one, he said that he was the type of man that uh, that I'm not sure how to translate this. That it gets less stiff when he starts talking. So uh, I don't know if you want to translate it in English as what you're trying to say, but I think that it's that you become more comfortable when you start talking.
That's such a great point, and that is the purpose of the icebreakers. Some people come out of their shell easily. Some people you need to, say, come on out. The water is fine. We got Lisa in the house. Lisa says, I think kindness, smiles, and laughter is genuine femininity. That is an excellent point. And I love that when you all looked at these pictures, hopefully you were able to see that the smiles were genuine. We were really having a great time. We were excited. Nobody really knew what I had and Lucy had in store for them, but they came and they supported and they believed in the vision and wanted to be here for the first annual MaggieLu Meetup. So save the date for the first Friday in 2025. We are already making plans for our next event. The MaggieLu Meetup was the Friday night event, and that was open to the public. So if you wanted to come out and meet the ladies and eat, drink, and be merry and celebrate, that one is always going to be open as a welcome day for everybody as we have our new round of graduates and then welcome our alum back to Atlanta. So registration is going to be opening this summer. You can get on the wait list now at teachablemomentswithmaggie.com. You can get on the wait list to find out when we open this again, but it'll be in the fall. And now that you all have seen, we hope to see more of you as you join the community of women who want to be the best version of themselves. And I am just so, so happy. Any final words to close us out, Lucy?
Yes, I think that that was the night where, we were saying things about the event and how we were so happy to be around each other. And Alexis's husband, he had not said anything throughout the evening, but that's when he said that this was an event where he saw all this femininity and beauty together, that he felt like he needed to protect us all as ladies. And that was just amazing to hear.
It was absolutely amazing. So we wanted to bring this to you all, and now you can see where we're beginning and our sponsors, Brandon L. Jett, Mr. Option One, Thane Mither, they're all telling us about what their vision is and how they see this growing 3, 5+ years down the road. We're just getting started. We're very excited. Lisa says she's going to join us next time. We're glad to virtually take you all back with us. Yes, Escape the Rat Race said Alexa's husband made us cry. It was one of those things. So I shared with you all, we did these icebreakers and we would go around the room and I would say, first impressions or favorite travel location or whatever. And he was just like, no, I'm going to let you ladies have your day. No, I don't have anything. Go ahead, ladies, have your time. And we were literally getting ready. I don't want to cry. We were literally getting ready to say our goodbyes. Everybody, after 2.5, 3 hours of eating, drinking, and being merry. And he, just like a man, right? Just like, I'd like to have the floor, please. And of course, we were all like, I'm like, are we in trouble? What happened? And you could have heard a pin drop because Alexis, I like to say she's my spirit animal, if you believe in that. We are natural extroverts, can be a little bit unruly. We need the Lucys in our lives to kind of get it together. But she's 27. She's a young wife and mother. And her husband said, thank you. You gave me my wife back. And when he said that, I probably just, broke down again because we don't realize, ladies, we come to do the work for ourselves, but to be the best version of ourselves. But this is how you pay it forward. I always believe, the world is watching, your husbands are watching, your future husbands are watching, your children, the community, you may have nieces. You're going to learn something that you can take away and impart, and this can grow if you believe in what we're doing in traditional gender roles. But he basically said, like Lucy said, this was the first time just observing this space. He just saw us as women and he felt naturally compelled to protect us as opposed to, and he admitted it, that combativeness that sometimes women can be. You got a little slick comment. You got to get that last word in, got to get that last dig in. And he said he has noticed with his wife that she just will compose herself and she doesn't have to have the last word anymore. Can you imagine what that does for their home and for their children? So we could have wrapped it up at that point, but I'm so grateful, Mr. Abdul. Thank you, and can't wait to see you back at the next one. Any final thoughts, Lucy?
I think that was just so impacting to hear a man confirm all the the work that his wife had done to make his family, his life, his environment better. Again, remember that a lot of men say all they want in their homes is peace and femininity and elegance. That what we ought to bring in our families and in our environments. Peace, our elegance and thoughtfulness and delicate mannerisms. That's what we should bring to our lives, our husbands, and our families.
All right, everybody. So we are in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta. We will have the graduation and reunion in Atlanta every year. Lucy has spoken, and that's where it's going to be. So save the date for the first Friday in April 2025. You'll hear more about it. But Lucy and I are here for you all every week. It's usually on Wednesdays. Wednesdays for the finishing school, and then Fridays for the Wives Club. So you have now seen all of the pictures from our graduation weekend. So we will return to our Risa Tisa telenovela next Wednesday, and we'll pick up where we left off on her saga and share with you all the teachable moments. And then we will be back. Gosh, it'll be May 1st next time we are back. But thank you all. Thank you, E. Capone, for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you to our sponsors, Christopher Williams, Brandon Eljet, Mr. Option One Thane. They are behind the scenes, but they are so impactful to the work that we're doing. They tell us what we're doing right and what we can improve on. And for that correction, I am grateful. This was powerful, wasn't it? All right, everybody, we're going to let you have your evening, and I'll see you all. No stream for me tomorrow. You'll see what podcast I'm on soon. And then I'll be back Thursday, and we'll be back on Friday. All right, everybody. Until next time. Let me get
Adios.
Lucy's new song.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.